The GPS said, "Arrived." But there was nothing there. Nothing except a single wooden door standing in the dirt. And behind that door, something was breathing. Her name was Chloe. She was 26, driving back from a friend's wedding in Vermont. So Chloe had been on the road for about 4 hours. Her phone was dying. She'd ignored the low battery warning twice because she didn't have a charger. Stupid mistake. She knew that now. Her GPS was some off-brand app she'd downloaded in a rush. She didn't think much of it at first. I mean, who checks navigation apps for red flags? Nobody. You just type an address and go. But around 11 p.m., the GPS did something weird. It rerouted her onto a road that wasn't on her physical map, the one in her glove box. Old habit, she kept a paper map for emergencies. When she glanced down, the road she was driving on just didn't exist. Chloe told herself it was an old logging trail, something the map hadn't updated. That happens, right? Except the trees got closer. The pavement turned to gravel. Then gravel turned to dirt. She should have turned around then. What would you do if your GPS took you somewhere that wasn't on any map? The dirt road kept going for another 20 minutes. Chloe's headlights cut through fog that seemed thicker than it should be. Thicker than normal fog, you know? Like smoke or breath. Her gas light came on. She tapped the dashboard. Come on, just get me home. The GPS screen flickered. Then it displayed a message she'd never seen before. Not recalculating, not signal lost, just 2 words. Almost there. Chloe didn't type that. The app didn't have voice commands. So where did those words come from? She looked up from the screen just in time to see the trees end. The road opened into a clearing, and in the middle of that clearing, under nothing but moonlight and her dying headlights, stood a door. Just a door. Wooden frame, iron handle. No walls, no building, no house. The GPS chirped. Arrived. Chloe stared at the screen, then at the door, then back at the screen. Arrived where? She whispered. Her car idled in the dirt. The headlights cast long shadows. Wait. Cast one long shadow. The door didn't have a shadow. That's what she noticed first. The moonlight hit it from the left, her headlights hit it from the front, but nothing fell behind it. Like the door wasn't really there. But it was there. She could see the wood grain, the rust on the handle. And the handle was moving. Not turning, not opening, just wobbling. Like someone on the other side was testing it. Chloe put the car in reverse. That's when her engine died. Not a sputter, not a slow choke, just dead. The headlights went black. The dashboard went dark. Even the dome light when she opened the door? Nothing. She tried her phone. Dead too, of course. So now she's sitting in a dead car in a clearing that doesn't exist on any map, staring at a door that has no business being there. And the handle is still wobbling. Tap, tap, tap. Like knuckles against wood from the other side. Okay, she breathed. Okay, think. First unsettling detail she noticed. There were no animal sounds. No crickets, no owls. Nothing. Just the sound of her own heartbeat and that tapping. Second thing, the door had a window. Small, maybe 6 inches tall. But when Chloe leaned forward to look through it, She couldn't see anything on the other side. Just black. Not darkness. Black. Like the window was painted over from the inside. But it wasn't painted. She could see her own reflection. And behind her reflection, something else was smiling. She spun around. Nothing. Just trees, fog, her dead car. When she turned back to the door, the smile was gone. But the window had changed. Now she could see through it. A dirt floor, an old table, and a chair. A chair that was facing her. Someone had been sitting there, waiting. Chloe grabbed her keys, not to start the car, to put between her knuckles. Self-defense. Not that it'd help against whatever was behind that door. She started walking backward toward the trees. Keep the door in sight. Don't blink. Don't run yet. Running means panic, and panic means mistakes. The tapping stopped. The handle turned. The door opened inward. No one came out. The door just hung open. Dark inside, darker than night, darker than anything Chloe had ever seen. She stopped walking backward. Her heel hit a root. She almost fell but caught herself. The sound was so loud in the silence, like a gunshot. And then something answered it. A voice, low, male, coming from inside the doorway. Come in. You're late. Chloe's blood went cold. That's not just an expression. She felt it, like ice water in her veins. Her fingers went numb, her knees buckled. I'm not going anywhere, she said. Her voice cracked. The voice laughed, soft, like it was right next to her ear, even though she was 30 feet from the door. Oh, but you will. They always do. Eventually. The door slammed shut. Not with a wind, with a force that shook the ground. Chloe stumbled, fell forward onto her hands and knees, dirt in her mouth, rocks cutting her palms. When she looked up, the door was gone. Just gone. No frame, no wood, no window. Just dirt where it used to be. She blinked, rubbed her eyes. Nothing. Then her car headlights turned back on. Chloe scrambled to her feet. She yanked open the driver's door. The engine started immediately, like nothing had ever been wrong. The GPS screen glowed. The map showed her original route. The time? 11:04 p.m. She'd arrived at the clearing at 10:58. 6 minutes. That's all that had passed. She drove, fast, didn't look in the rearview mirror, didn't check her phone, just watched the dirt road turn to gravel, turn to pavement, turn to highway. 2 hours later, she pulled into her apartment complex, parked, sat in the silence. Her hands were still shaking. She told herself it was exhaustion, stress, the long drive, her mind playing tricks in the fog. But when she finally looked at her phone, plugged into the charger, finally alive, there was a notification from her GPS app. Trip saved. Would you like to rate this destination? Below it, a photo. A photo of her, standing in front of the door that was open, and behind her, in the darkness, 2 eyes. She never took that photo. Chloe deleted the app that night. Deleted it, blocked it, wiped it from her phone. Then she sat in bed with all the lights on until sunrise. She didn't sleep. The next day was normal. Work, coffee. Her co-worker Derek asking why she looked like she'd seen a ghost. She laughed it off, said she hadn't slept, that's all. But that night, something changed. She got another notification from the deleted app, the one that wasn't on her phone anymore. Chloe picked up her phone. The screen was black. Then it lit up. The app icon was back, right there on her home screen. And the notification read, "You forgot something." She dropped the phone. It hit the carpet face down. She heard it buzz, then again, then again. She flipped it over. 3 photos taken in her apartment, from the corner of her bedroom where no camera could be. The first photo, Chloe walking into her bedroom at 10:58 p.m. last night. The timestamp matched the moment she'd arrived home. The second photo, Chloe sleeping, or trying to. The photo showed her lying in bed, eyes closed, but the closet door behind her was open. She remembered closing it. The third photo, Chloe right now, sitting on the edge of her bed, staring at her phone, her face white with fear. And behind her in the photo, the bedroom door was open. She hadn't opened it. Is someone inside her apartment right now? Yes and no. Chloe turned around so fast she nearly fell off the bed. Empty. Just the hallway. The bathroom light she'd left on. Her reflection in the mirror at the end of the hall. But her reflection wasn't copying her. It was smiling. Chloe screamed, actually screamed, loud enough that her neighbor banged on the wall. "Shut up!" She looked back at the mirror. Her reflection was normal again. Same terrified expression, same trembling hands. "I'm losing my mind," she whispered. The phone buzzed again. "Look closer." She looked at the third photo again, the one of her sitting on the bed. Behind her, the bedroom door open. But that's not what the message meant. In the photo, her bedroom mirror reflected the hallway. And in that reflection, there were 2 of her. One sitting on the bed, one standing in the hallway, wearing the same clothes, same hair, same face. But the one in the hallway wasn't looking at the camera. It was looking at the one on the bed. And it was holding a key. Chloe ran. She grabbed her keys, her real keys, and ran out of her apartment. Didn't lock the door, didn't grab shoes, just ran down the stairs, through the lobby, into the parking lot. Her car was still there. She got in, locked the doors, breathed. It was 1:23 a.m. The parking lot was empty. Streetlights flickered overhead. One of them buzzed, that electric hum you only notice when everything else is silent. She looked at her phone. The app was open. She didn't open it, but there it was, the map. A blue dot showing her location, and a red dot somewhere else. The red dot was moving toward her. Chloe threw the phone into the passenger seat, started the car, pulled out of the parking lot without looking. GP's voice came on. Not the normal one, not the default. A voice she didn't recognize, deep, slow, like it was speaking from underwater. Turn left in 400 feet. Chloe turned right. Recalculating. Turn left in 300 feet. She turned right again, got on the highway, headed toward the city, toward lights, toward people. You are off route. Turn around when possible. No, she said. I'm not going back. The GPS went silent. Then her radio turned on. Static. Then the voice again. but this time from the speakers. You don't have a choice. The headlights flickered, the engines sputtered, the steering wheel locked. She was going 65 miles per hour on the highway, and the car was no longer hers to control. The GPS displayed a new destination. Not her apartment, not the clearing. A different address, one she didn't recognize. Estimated arrival, 2 a.m. Her hands were frozen on the wheel. She couldn't move them, couldn't let go, couldn't steer. The car turned onto an exit ramp, then onto a road she'd never seen, then onto dirt. The trees got closer. The fog rolled in. And ahead, a door. The same door, waiting. The car stopped. The doors unlocked. And the GPS said 4 words. Go home. She's waiting. The other her outside, the one who'd been waiting behind the door, she was the original. The first Chloe. The one who downloaded the app years ago. The one who ran. And every Chloe inside this dark place? Copies. Replacements. Versions that got left behind when the original escaped. But the original never really escaped. She just swapped. Every time. Every door. Every download. That's why the GPS always rerouted. That's why the door always appeared. The original Chloe was hunting, looking for the next version to take her place. And now Chloe, this Chloe, was supposed to stay. No, she said. The oldest her grabbed her arm. You have to. If you don't, she'll keep hunting. Forever. This is the only way to stop it. Chloe pulled away, walked toward the doorway. The light burned her eyes. The other her, the original, stopped smiling. Don't, she said. Chloe held up the key. You dropped this, in the photo. You were holding it. But you dropped it, didn't you? That's why you couldn't lock the door from the outside. The original's face went pale. What are you doing? Chloe stepped through the doorway, back into the clearing, back under the moonlight, back in front of her car. The original stumbled back. No. You can't be out here. You're supposed to stay in there. Chloe smiled. I'm not staying anywhere. She turned around, reached back through the doorway, and locked it from the outside. The key turned, the lock clicked, the door vanished. And the original Chloe, the one who'd been hunting for years, was on the other side. Silence. Chloe stood in the clearing, alone. Her car idled. Her phone glowed. She looked at the screen. The GPS app was gone. Not deleted, just gone. Like it had never existed. She drove home, slept for 14 hours, woke up to sunlight and bird sounds. She thought about telling someone. Derek, the police, anyone. But what would she say? I locked a version of myself in a pocket dimension behind a magic door? No, she kept quiet. But sometimes, late at night, she hears tapping, coming from her mirrors, her phone screen, the dark corners of her apartment. Tap, tap, tap. And she knows she's still out there, waiting for another door to open. The app is still out there. Someone else just downloaded it. And the door just opened. Somewhere, she's smiling. If you made it this far, hit subscribe and send this to someone who needs to sleep with the lights on.